introducing to HDVSN and the Britain's Got Bars show. We've got the #1 producer right about now, man, like Rhymes. What's really good, my brother?
How's it going, sir? You alright?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm glad to have caught up with you, man, because at the end of the day, you're a guy that has made some bangers out there. I don't really get to interview much producers. In fact, I'll be real, you're the first producer I'm interviewing.
Appreciate that, man. Producers don't get much recognition, so thanks for having me.
They don't. So we're going to take it from the beginning. Born in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Yeah, so what was life like back home in Zimbabwe, man?
Life was very good. Yeah, I grew up in a very, very sunny place. It was most like it's like a little holiday resort called Kariba. So yeah, life was very nice. It was very calm. And yeah, the move to the UK was very different for me. So yeah, cool.
So what age did you like come to the UK?
Came to the UK when I was 13 years old.
13 years
yeah,
old.
So straight into business school, and yeah, it was just mad for me. But
so
yeah, loved it.
Was the decision for you to come to the UK education-based decision? Was you sent to the UK for that reason, or was it a thing where?
The thing is, my mom was here. She was working for years. She was working here as a nurse, so I had to come up here and visit on holidays. But I just decided to come and learn here. So yeah, just decided to come study as well.
Okay. So was you producing before you came to the UK, or was it a thing that you took up whilst you were here?
Not at all. It was a thing I took here as a hobby. I was quite bored at my mom's house. So I was just like, what should I do? I had a couple of friends from school that were making music, producing, making mixtapes and stuff. So I had to ask one of the producers. I was like, bro, how do you make this music? And it's like, I use a software called Fruity Loops. Asked him for some samples. He never gave me no samples.
I could imagine.
Yeah, you know how producers are like with samples. So I was like, alright, cool. Went online, LimeWire, downloaded Fruity Loops, got myself some samples, just started messing about, and yeah, just self-taught myself really.
You started on Fruity and you just taught yourself.
Yeah, then moved on to Logic and everything else afterwards.
So when you first started making beats, like for me, I started making beats. I found that I had the ideas in my head, but finding the sounds was quite a difficult thing. Was that an easy process for yourself?
It was not an easy process. It was like, it's a learning thing. I had to go on YouTube for tutorials, because what I found was, like, on YouTube you start seeing other producers and how they put stuff together. Like even if they're not using Fruity Loops, but you could hear that if he uses this kick and he adds this other kick to get a certain sound. So I would watch those tutorials and try imitate it on Fruity Loops, really. Yeah. So because obviously you're a big producer now today, and like I said, I don't produce anymore, but I started similar to yourself without the tutorials. So when I started making beats, there wasn't no YouTube. So there was no one to really. and I relate to the fact of arts in certain producers. How'd you do this and how'd you do that? And man just like, I just did a little bit of this and that.
Yeah, you're like a little bit of what? So yeah, man, that's cool. So what was what was the decision behind the name Rhymes? Like, because for a producer to be called Rhymes,
I know
there's got to be a story behind that.
There is a story behind this. I was in school just writing rhymes. This was a little thing I used to love doing, just writing a bit of poetry and rhymes at the same time. So yeah, the people started calling me Rhymes, and they rang up my mom's house like, yo, can I speak to Rhymes, man? Like, my mom was like, who's Rhymes? And I was like, yeah, that's me. So she started calling me Rhymes ever since the name stuck.
So it stuck. Why change it?
Yeah, why change it? So I just started producing. I was just like, I'll call myself Rhymes anyway. So
from learning tutorials on Fruity Loops to like building up a vibe, when did you actually start to say, right, I'm gonna take this serious?
Well, I was in uni, and I was sending tracks out, MySpace days. So I was sending tracks out, hitting up loads of artists. So can I send you some beats, And one artist was on a come up. He had a song with Da Vinci, Tinie Tempah, and I was a big fan. So I sent him a track, and he really loved it. It was an instrumental. I sampled MIA, a track called I'm Hot, and he jumped on that and he put that on his mixtape Sexy Beast. That went out just before he got signed, and yeah, the rest was history after that, man. I've got to link up with Wiley through Z, a producer, a grand producer, and start producing for Wiley. We've done about 2 albums with him, and that's how it all started.
It all started from like literally sampling Tinie Tempah project and sending it out to him.
Yeah, and then he loved it and he jumped on it and put on his mixtape.
So how long was you actually at it before this happened? Like, was you at it
literally for about 2 years?
It's not even that long.
Yeah,
it might have felt long for you, but then you wasn't really concentrating on music solely because you were at uni.
I was at uni. It was just fun for me. It was just something I was just doing for fun.
I wish life was that sort of like, you know, it fell into place. In a way, I'd say that was meant to be then, innit?
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be because like obviously a lot of producers will just be out there all now. They're still doing their thing, got quality music, but they haven't quite had that break yet.
Yeah, exactly,
So you was at the right place at the right time, spiritually in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
Done the right things, you know what I mean?
Networking, big. You have to be nice to people. You have to network. You have to be humble. Even if they spit in your face, stay humble and just keep it moving.
So, like you got quite an eclectic ear.
Yeah.
You got variety of different music.
Yeah.
Would you say that has anything to do with your African heritage, or is that like a thing where, you know, you just draw inspiration from other places?
Definitely does, because growing up in Zimbabwe, we listened to a lot of like different types of music. We used to listen to a lot of US music as well, and a lot of South African music. So what happens in Zimbabwe is we take all this in and we just try to do it ourselves as well. So by the time I got here, I was very diverse anyway with my music vocab. So I was very cool to like to make a house track, to make a essay house track. It's two different types of music as well, and a lot of pop music as well, because we listen to a lot of pop music in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, because you're quite a diverse producer, so you've picked up a lot of stuff like just over listening to music over the years. And when you say SA house, I've never heard of South African house. Still,
that's mad. You've heard it in a club.
Yeah, but I didn't know what it was.
You know what it was? You thought it was house music. But I'll play you some stuff later on in the interview. Then I'll tell you what SA house is and you recognize it.
Okay. Because that's the first. So a question that I was meant to ask you, like, so we know you produced for Tinie Tempah.
Yeah.
But who was the first artist to grace one of your tracks? Like
first artist to grace one of my tracks, I'd say was. It must have been Tinie. It was Tinie.
Wow, hit the jackpot, bingo.
Yeah. No, but this was like way before, like way before past our days. It was
but
like
Tinie Tempah, in my recollection, he's always, because he was the part of he was in what's that guy, Bruiser. He was around
in that camp,
he was in that camp. So to me, he's always kind of, I've always heard of him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
from Wifey Rhythm days. Yeah.
Okay. So he was the kind of first person that broke it, and so you was awarded gold plaque for the track Heatwave with Wiley and Misty.
Yeah.
What kind of doors did that open for you?
That opened a lot of doors. Like just getting the opportunity to work with a lot of artists on Psycho. Just being able to travel. I've got sessions in Sweden, in Norway. That's crazy. Like I never thought I'll be able to do that. I thought I was gonna be stuck in a dead end marketing job.
Yeah.
Like that was my dream. I was like, yes, I'm just gonna go sit on that chair and do marketing and that's it. But nah, turned out differently for me. And yeah, I'm just happy I'm doing music and people get to appreciate it, people get to love it. That's all.
Yeah. That's real inspirational still, because a lot of producers and musicians out there, you know, they got their contingency plan and they're still kind of working with it because the music hasn't picked up. Eventually music becomes a distant dream, distant memory.
Exactly, yeah. That's the thing with music. You should never make it like, yo, this has to be my life. You have to just love it first before you go for it as a career.
Yeah.
If you don't love it, it won't love you back.
He won't love you back.
He will not love you back.
It's not a very lovable game.
Yeah, because it comes to a point like in this last week I've had about 15 artists saying, yo, where's my track? Where's my tune? Where's my that? And I just have to explain it. You have to be very, very patient in music and be like, yo, I'm just had a lot of work this week, but just give me an extra 2 weeks and I'll have the song done for you. I love it. I don't want to rush it. Yeah. So, but when I'm done with it, you appreciate it a little bit more. So that's how you have to treat music.
So apart from like Wiley, Tinie Tempah, what other UK artists have you produced for?
I've managed to produce for Conor Maynard, UK artist, Little Mix, Fuse ODG. I'm on his new album coming out. I've got a track with him and Wycliffe. I've got a track with Fuse and Kryptonite Conan and G Fresh on the same track. That's on an album that's out 3rd of November, I believe, called Tina. Yeah, quite a lot of artists. I can't think from one.
That's cool. Like you know, you named a few names. That's like I didn't know you worked with Fuse. I was gonna get around to that.
Yeah.
With the Afrobeat scene, seeing as you're from Zimbabwe, do you have anything to do with that industry, that scene at the moment?
Yes, I'm working closely with the biggest Afrobeats producer called Kill Beats. He's done all the Fuse hits.
Okay.
He's done Antenna, Dangerous Love, Azonto. He's done a madness.
So you're rubbing shoulders with him right now?
Yeah, right now he's the one who's brushing up my Afrobeat skills just to get me into that industry properly. So yeah, I don't mind learning from other big producers as well.
You're taking inspiration, so your brain's like a sponge right now.
So yeah, he's trying to learn the whole pop stuff. I'm trying to learn Afrobeat.
So we're swapping ideas. So that's pretty cool because you got to network and inspire each other to make greater hits.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm definitely feeling that. So what's your take on the whole Afrobeat scene right now?
I don't think it's stopping anytime soon. I think it's gonna go international, like proper international, not just Europe international. It's gonna get to America soon. Once a Shakira touches it, it's a wrap. It's done. Beyonce is gonna jump on it. Shakira's gonna jump on Afrobeat. That's when people are gonna learn.
That's when it's become worldwide.
Yeah,
worldwide.
And they're gonna try to change it, call it world music or something.
Yeah, take
like
away
that.
the title from it, but we all know where it started.
Yeah, we all know where it came from.
I hear you still. So international artists, apart from the track you said with Fuse and Wyclef, is there any other international artists you've produced for specifically?
Yes, I produced for G Unit. I believe I was in my first year in uni.
Okay.
It's on a mixtape, one of the G Unit mixtapes. I forgot the track with Spider Loc and Young Buck. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was back in the day when they're still G Unit.
Yeah.
So those were one of the first acts.
So how did that go about? Like, did you just?
I linked up with an artist from Mobb Deep called Clap Cognac, who is a producer and a rapper in Mobb Deep.
Okay.
So I linked up with him, and that's the time Mobb Deep was with G Unit. So I used to produce for him a lot and send him tracks. It was quite funny because I was sending tracks to Murder Inc. as well. And
so Earth got it.
I was sending tracks to them, so I was like double Dutch. I feel like a little traitor, but
you just trying to make it happen.
I was trying to make it happen. I'm a producer, man. I can't pick sides. So I was sending tracks. I had an artist, Ja Rule's little cousin called The Gift, who was working closely with Ja as well in his album. So I was doing tracks for his stuff as well, and sending stuff to Clap Cognac for G Unit Mobb Deep as well.
So were you exercising some of your marketing skills? What you learned in uni and that?
Trust me, I was working in them days. I was trying to make sure I get a cut somewhere.
Yeah. That's how you're a clever guy, man. I wish I knew you. I wish I knew this guy.
Trust me, I was trying my best, man.
I hear you still. And more recently, you got a single.
Yes,
out right now.
I got a single out right now featuring James Arthur.
Okay.
And it's called Kryptonite. It's a track that's doing quite well in Europe, man. But we just need more support for it because we're doing it independently. But it's done crazy.
Yeah. So how did that collaboration come around?
Well, James's team hit me up on Twitter saying, "Yo, James loves your work," and I was like, "Oh wow, that's incredible." So I hit him up on Twitter. I was like, "Yo, man, it would be cool if we can get in the studio and just vibe." So we're working on this track, and I was like, "Yo, I'm working on the EP. I hope you don't mind just jumping on the track. I've had this track for 3 years, but I just I didn't have the right person to jump on the track." So James heard it and just like, "Yo, this is amazing."
Straight away, he was onto it.
And he was onto it, man. And he jumped on it, and we made it happen.
So you've worked with a lot of high-profile people. You seem like a very humble character. Would you say your humbleness is like a parcel of your success story so far?
You know what? I never take note of that. People say I'm humble because that's just how I was raised.
Yeah.
So to me, when people say being humble, I'm like, no, I'm just being myself, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's crazy, but I do say it's important to be nice with people on the journey.
When you say that, you're always smiling.
Yeah, you don't wanna kick doors because I've had people that kick me, man, and I just look at them now like, yo, you forgot that time, bro.
Yeah. I understand that still. So what else can we expect to hear on your EP?
Well, I got an amazing track with Miss Brat on there, and another track with Manga, and another track with a girl called Alexandra Nice, and it's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll play for you guys.
Yeah, man. I'll be looking forward to hear it. And what's the EP called?
The EP is called The Love Story, and it's out in December.
The Love Story.
Yeah.
And what's the inspiration behind that title?
It's just the production. It's quite sad. When I started with it, it was quite sad. Then it went up tempo, and I was working with one writer called Eva Lazarus, and she just made a song called Good Love. And I was just like, wait a minute. That's a good concept, like good love. And there's a song that sounds like it's very sad, so I was just like, oh, this is coming about love.
It's
the
a
whole
fusion
thing,
of yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, the whole EP is called Love Story because it's about a relationship from the start to the end of a relationship.
And you've done a lot of beats. It's going to be like one of my last questions for you. Like, out of everything you produce, what is your personal favorite track where you listen back to that track and say, I love that track? You love the whole thing about it, not just because it went to gold or platinum or whatever, but just because you actually feel that track.
I already have it in my head. Flow That Murder. I know people haven't heard a lot of that track, but yeah, Flow That Murder. Go on SoundCloud, search Flow That Murder. That's my favorite track.
So, like, if you were still in Zimbabwe today, would you say you would be doing what you're doing now, producing wise?
Do you know what's crazy? I take time to go to Zimbabwe to produce music for local artists.
Okay.
Every year. Like every December, I go out there and I produce for someone. Last year, we're the #1 in Zimbabwe with an artist called Junior Brown. I went there. We made a track called Feel Chiangwa, and it went straight to #1.
Wow.
In December, in the period I was there. So I still show a lot of local love. And I went there and I done a project for free called Pungwe Sessions, which is for loads of artists in Zimbabwe that want to come up, that don't have studios. So we went there, we set up a place. We just started working on music, just getting all the artists in, put this project together and took it to radio. So some of these artists are getting shows off this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the only way you make money is through shows in Africa, because you don't get a lot of sales. Yeah, and how you get to #1 is just off the public calling, like, they love this track or whatever. So yeah. So
that's quite interesting.
Yeah,
still.
I do that every year. I've already planned my trip for this coming December, so I'm gonna go do that again. Yeah.
So is there any ones in particular, any artists where you can say that you reckon they'll get the international recognition?
Yeah, there's a lot of artists. There's an artist called Junior Brown. There's one called Simba Tags. A group called MMT. There's quite a few people that will make it. It's just a matter of time, man. When Africa gets the right exposure, there's quite a lot of artists that will do their thing.
Do you see yourself like setting up a label for them? Or
100%.
Yeah,
100%. In the future, man. It's just I just have to work a little bit more in the UK and get a few more tracks out there. Then fingers crossed I can set something up for them.
So with the success you've had up to today, are you willing to work with up and coming artists in the UK?
Yes, I'm always working with up and coming artists in the UK. Always.
Is this people that reach out to you, or is this people that you have been recommended? People recommend to you, or how?
I could literally just go on YouTube and search people like this. I've seen an artist called Joker Crow.
Okay.
Amazing MC. He's like, just reminds me of Kano.
Yeah.
That hungry, that crazy. He just sounds amazing. So I just hit him up on Twitter, like, yo, bro. Just added him. Yo, bro, really love your freestyle. I was like, yeah, thanks, man. So we're just linking up. And there's an artist. What's his? Trying to think of his name again. Yeah, I'll think about. Yeah, there's a lot of artists.
A lot of them. So really and truly, if an artist was to holler at you on Twitter and you had the time, obviously, and said, "Oh, check out this track," and you felt it, there could be a possibility that you could do more research on them, and if you like their stuff, you'd work with them. Like
I always check links, man. I always check links and listen through. And yeah, sometimes it's like I may miss the link or whatever, but I will definitely work with someone if I like what I hear.
What you hear?
Yeah.
Nah, man, nice to meet you though, Rhymes, man.
Thanks, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Down to earth guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously, man like you, definitely been going far, but I can definitely see you're gonna get a lot further in your career, man.
Appreciate that, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Peace.